completion of the final pay run for the financial year, it's a good idea to do some pay to general ledger checks just to make sure that everything in your payroll system is balancing perfectly before you run your payment summaries. The first check that I would recommend is to compare your profit and loss expense accounts for wages and superannuation to your payroll activity summary report. So to do this, I'm going to go to the Reports tab and to All Reports. And then I'm going to select my Payroll Activity Summary Report. I'm going to run this for the full financial year. This financial year, my gross wages should be $51,140 and my superannuation contributions in the profit and loss should be $4,858.30. To check that this is in fact correct, I can open a second tab. Then I will go to my reports screen and I will run a profit and loss. I'm going to compare my figures to the wages figures, where I can see that I have wages in my profit and loss of $51,140. If I cross compare this, I can see that I also have $51,140 of wages on my payroll activity summary reports, which shows me that my gross wages account in the profit and loss balances to my payroll report, so there's been no coding errors and that particular account is balancing. The next account that I will check is the superannuation account. I have superannuation on my payroll reports of $4,858.30. When I go back to my profit and loss, I can see that I also have superannuation contributions of $4,858.30. So that means from a profit and loss perspective, everything in my payroll is balancing correctly. Now I'm going to transfer over and have a look at my balance sheet. So if I go to Reports, All Reports, and I'm going to run a balance sheet, which is a position report. Now when I look at this report, it's telling me that I have $25,058 in PAYG payable. Now this figure should represent all of the PAYG that I need to submit to the ATO. Now for this particular client, we have submitted nothing for the whole financial year, so I would expect that this $25,058 would also be representative of the full PAYG amount on my payroll reports. So if I click back onto my payroll activity summary report, I can see that the full PAYG for the year was $25,058, and I'm going to need to pay that immediately. The next figure that I'm going to check is my superannuation payables. So if I click back to my balance sheet, I can see that I also need to pay $4,858.30 worth of superannuation. In my payroll activity report, this figure also balances to what I am owing to the ATO. Now, in many cases, because we do pay all of these figures at least quarterly during the year, those figures in the balance sheet will be representative to only the quarter that we have not yet submitted to the ATO. This is a very simplistic reconciliation. In many situations, you might find that you have deductions that need to be taken into consideration, salary sacrifice. So it may get a little bit more complex than this. I would suggest that you have a go and see if you can reconcile your payroll to your balance sheet and profit and loss. If you have any problems, please pick up the phone or send us an email here at Adrians Accountants. We're more than happy to help step you through the process of reconciling your payroll to your general ledger. Have a fantastic day.